Halloween, Star Wars, and the Resurrection bracket. Gatton, welcome back to the show. I always love having you here, bud. Likewise. I love being here. I want to get into Stranger Things Season 5, but before that, Halloween is around the corner. How many people have you seen dressed as Dustin? Quite a few. A lot of people will show me pictures if they meet me, which is always really fun. I've noticed it's mainly grown men. Laughter. It makes me think there's this notion that Dustin doesn't change his vibe or style as he gets older. In a potential world where you see him at 50, he's still wearing the hat, still got the backpack, but maybe he has a beard and a beer belly now. Have you ever dressed up as someone else to hide out? Oh, for sure. Recently, I've liked wearing costumes that conceal my whole face and body so I can walk around the Greenwich Village parade and have fun. One year, I went as a blow-up Han Solo in Carbonite. The only part visible was my face, and I wore a gray mask to match. That's genius. No one knew it was you? No one. It was very large, though. What it lacked in mobility, it made up for in convenience. Speaking of Star Wars, I know you're a voice in LEGO Star Wars. That must be a dream come true. It is the absolute dream. I play a young lad named Sig Griebling. He is a history buff within the Star Wars universe, obsessed with Luke Skywalker. And we actually got Mark Hamill to voice Luke. That is incredible. Now, before we move on, I have to ask, do you still do the Chewbacca purr? Purrs perfectly. Yes. That became your signature thing. Caleb McLaughlin Lucas and I actually came up with that together. We realized we could both do it, and when you're 13 and find a noise others can't make, you annoy everyone with it. Okay, let's talk Season 5. The Duffer brothers confirmed Eddie Munson isn't returning. But if you could bring one character back from the Upside Down, who would it be? We're going to play a bracket game. I'll give you 2 characters, you pick a winner, and we narrow it down. I'm a cat dad to Joan and Jet. I have to go with Muse. This is a toughie but Barb, man. I gotta go with the human being. Hawkins needs his help. Weddings, costumes, and Steve's legacy. Welcome back, Joe. Happy Thanksgiving. I saw you recently officiated a friend's wedding dressed in your Steve Harrington Scoops Ahoy uniform. I did. It was a costume wedding on Halloween. My friends Matt and Veronica asked me to do it. You looked just like Steve. Did you realize that costume would become so iconic? For a good year of my life, I was in that suit. I remember asking the Duffer brothers, we're in an underground Russian lair fighting. Shouldn't I take off the blouse or lose the handkerchief? And they said, no, keep the whole thing. It's a look. Season 5, Volume 1 was just released. You've seen 3 episodes. What's the verdict? It's major. I've been on this show for 10 years, and watching the final season, I was just excited to see certain actors really do their thing. What do you want Steve Harrington's legacy to be? Besides the hair and the suit? I think making it okay to change. I loved that the character had a change of heart and realized the error of his ways. The show is about outcasts coming together, and it was a pleasure to play a character who makes the choice to do the right thing. The final season, spoilers and stunts. Noah, welcome. The first 4 episodes of the final season premiered last week and literally crashed Netflix. It's been streamed 60 million times. It's crazy. My friends call me Hannah Montana right now because I'm a senior in college. I'd be at a premiere with screaming fans, then hop in the car and join a Zoom class in my suit. Let's talk spoilers for Volume 1. It starts with young Will. How did you do that? They used a little kid who was my height from 10 years ago as a stand-in, and then they used face capture technology. I had to teach him how to act like me, how to breathe, the big eyes. Then I'd go into a tent and record the facial expressions while screaming as if I was running from a Demogorgon. Speaking of Demogorgons, let's talk about the end of episode 4. There's a giant battle. It looks like the Demogorgons are going to win, and then Will has powers. Yes. When I first read the script, I skimmed to the end and saw a trail of blood. Will has powers. I burst out of the shower half naked and screamed at my assistant. We were jumping around the apartment. Your acting in that scene was incredible. You were writhing and screaming. I actually popped all the blood vessels in my face and body from screaming so hard that day. I called my doctor freaking out and they told me it's common, it happens to women in labor. And you have a specific movement for the powers, right? Yeah, I worked with the duffers on it. It comes from Vecna, so I wanted it to look like I was siphoning energy. I'm a Spider-Man fan, so I added a little thwip hand motion. I also channeled animals, huffing and puffing like a 6,000-pound gorilla to get away from Baby Will. And that final shot, wiping the blood from your nose. That was a one-take wonder. We prepared for hours, did one take, looked at the monitor, and said, "Don't touch it. We're done." Well, I actually have some fake blood here. Do you want to recreate that one-take wonder right now? Let's do it.